Good morning. Well, it's really rainy outside, so we're doing the next Learning Love inside. We are on devotional number 13, and this one was contributed by my sister Chris Glatzel, as was the number 12. I forgot to mention that. And as her younger sister, I can attest to what she wrote in this particular devotional. Okay, so this is the I can't appreciate my gifts lie. All right. When you get gifts for your birthday, they are yours. Perhaps you've received a new article of clothing like a shirt, and when you wear it and get compliments on it, you might say, "Thank you, it's a gift." I think it's the same with the gifts and aptitudes we have from God. If you're good at math and people comment, all you have to say is, "Thanks, it's a gift." Because it truly is. You might have worked hard, but the ability to even accomplish that didn't come from you only. It was a gift. But now it's yours, just like the shirt. You own it, you become it, it becomes you. You are like a plastic water bottle filled with all the things God put in you, including Himself. The clearer we become, the more attributes of God can be seen. But He still loves the container, and He doesn't want to be rid of you. It's not less of me and more of Him. It's all of me with all my uniqueness, with all of Him inside. For example, I have often been told that I am too bossy. Very true. However, I've realized in the last few years that I have an administrative gifting. I was the oldest of 7 kids, my older sister. So my younger siblings saw this gifting as bossing them around. Even as adults, if I try to organize them, sorry, Chris, I get that "you're not the boss of me" attitude. So for a long time, I didn't understand that it was a gift, and I tried to suppress it. Once I realized that what I was dealing with in myself, I could then work on learning appropriate leadership styles. Another of my gifts is that I have a zillion ideas, sometimes daily, and some people call me visionary. When my kids were young, I had entrepreneurial ideas, one of which included a candy store in our old Victorian house. It would have been perfect, but after a few weeks, I decided that I probably didn't want to run a candy store, and I dropped the idea. But my kids never forgot it. So having a lot of ideas running around in my head has been a challenge. I need to manage them, weigh them out, and if they resonate with me, I need to be careful who I tell. Some people are quick to point out all the reasons why it's not a good idea. I'm also a starter. Some of those ideas get off the ground, and I know from experience that I need to be on the lookout for my replacement to run the thing, because very soon I will get a new idea and be off on a new adventure in a new direction. That's been hard to understand in myself because it looks like a flaky thing to do. But I've learned there are pioneers and there are settlers, and we can't all be the starter people. Some people can only get on board with things already going on. Timothy 4:12 tells us not to let anyone think little of you because you are young. I would replace young with your individual gifts. Mine would be, don't let anyone think little of you because you start things and then leave them, or because they view your administrative gift as bossiness. There will always be those who look down on us because we aren't like them. And sometimes we are our own worst enemy. We need to begin to be aware of the gifts God has given us, especially when those things don't look like gifts to others. We have different gifts according to the grace given us. If one's gift is prophecy, let him use it in proportion to his faith. If it is serving, let him serve. If it is teaching, let him teach. If it is encouraging, let him encourage. If it is giving, let him give generously. If it is leading, let him lead with diligence. If it is showing mercy, let him do it cheerfully. Romans 12, 6 through 8. That is the Berean Study Bible version. We haven't all been given the same gifts. Ask God to show you what he put inside of you specifically. What are your spiritual gifts? If you're not sure, there are many personality tests online that you can take. I think the more we know ourselves, the more we understand who we were created to be, and the more we can love others as we love ourselves. All right, good word. All right, so forgive. Who do we need to forgive for not valuing my gifts? I guess my older sister would have to forgive us for not valuing her administrative gifts and calling her bossy. Sorry, Chris. Rewind. My gifts don't need to be suppressed just because others don't understand them. And rest. The truth is that you, God, will show me the proper way to use the gifts you have given me. All right, and for our respond time this week, it's going to be, what gifts do you feel like God has given you? How have those gifts been misperceived by others? And what are the positive aspects of those gifts? Okay, look in the mirror and say, thank you, God, for me, for who you made me to be, for all the good things that you put inside me, for all the good things that I have yet to discover. Thank you that I get to reflect you. I think that's a good point. Everything that we have inside of us, all of the gifts that we do have, are part of God's creativeness that he's placed in us. So as we are using our gifts, we are reflecting him into the world. I have a friend who's very good at like hostess, inviting people over, serving a meal, playing games. She's great at it. And every time we get invited over, I think, oh, I should invite them back. But that's not my gift. And so, I'm kind of learning to appreciate that that's her gift. That's her way of giving to people. But it doesn't have to be my way of giving to people. But I can use the gifts God gave me, and I can appreciate those gifts. I like that line in here where it says it's not less of me and more of him. It's all of me in my uniqueness filled up with him inside. And as if I am transparent, that is going to be shown to others. All right. Good word today with Chris Glatzel. See you next time.